The UNI basketball teams continue to be fortunate enough to have basketball games on the schedule. Today we'll recap all the action. We look at 2 huge games against last year's conference tournament champions on UNI's home floor. The UNI women on the road witness a career performance, and the UNI swimming and diving team prepare for the start of a new year. We also look at sharpshooting Nicole Kroeger and James Betz, and we get to know the big man the UNI wrestling team calls the Bear.